So there are currently rumors surrounding Hersheypark and their next coaster, and it appears that 2026 is going to be the year that Hersheypark debuts their 15th coaster. And at the time of this video, all the rumors are kind of pointing to a brand new family coaster. So I'm going to go over all that and why that's a great thing, and where, if this is true, where Hersheypark I think would rank within the coaster lineups here in America. And if it's not a family coaster, then what type of coaster makes the most sense for Hersheypark? I think my predictions are going to surprise you, so let's get right into this. My name is Theme Park Brandon. Thank you so much for watching my content, and Hersheypark is one of my favorite parks out there. If you've never been to Hershey, go check it out. It has a top 3 right now in the moment, in my opinion, coaster lineup. Candymonium, Storm Runner, it's so good. There's so many good rides there, and SkyRush, and I can go on and on and on. But rumor is they're already clearing, well, that's not the rumor, they're already clearing underneath Candymonium, but rumor is this is going to be for a brand new family coaster coming to the park in 2026. Now, why this makes sense is Hersheypark is a destination park where it's one of the best, it's on tier in my opinion with Dollywood, Silver Dollar City. Like it's on another level than your typical corporate Carowinds or King's Dominion. It's like Cedar Point, if you will. You know, they have the resorts there. The park is just really, really nice. Operations are a little bit iffy, but Hersheypark, again, this is going to be huge. If it is a brand new family multi-launch of a Vekoma coaster, just look at what Big Bear Mountain did for Dollywood. I'm not saying this ride's going to be as large as Big Bear Mountain, but what if it is? What if this is just as large? That's huge, because Big Bear Mountain is amazing. Like, it's arguably my second favorite ride there. I mean, it's really, I go Thunderhead, Lightning Rod, Big Bear, but the more I ride Big Bear at night, it's just a great fun ride. And this would really help out Hershey, this style of ride, if they could run 3 trains on it, because Hersheypark doesn't have many coasters that offer 3 trains. The capacity is going to be an issue, and having a brand new family Vekoma coaster come to Hersheypark and have it be located in, I think it's in front of Candymonium, and possibly intertwined with Candymonium's lift hill, which would be really cool, and having the layout kind of go behind the Candymonium hypercoaster, that would be really cool. There's so many cool things that Hersheypark could do with this, and of course they're going to slap on one of their tacky, ridiculous names and themes, which it's fine. I like it's cute for Hershey, but a family Vekoma coaster, if it's a larger one like Big Bear Mountain, it's going to cost the park anywhere from $20 to $25 million, most likely, maybe a little bit less. I think that number that Dollywood had for Big Bear Mountain, that was a lot of the money spent towards getting the ride prep, that area prepped for the ride, clearing out the trees and getting the terrain suitable for that coaster. But Hersheypark has the money. They're not afraid to spend it, and something like this would really do well for Hersheypark in my opinion. But the big question is, what if it's not a Vekoma family coaster? It's not confirmed that's what it is. That's the rumor. So there's a difference. And with that being said, if it's not a family Vekoma boomerang or Vekoma family coaster, could it be another Vekoma coaster model out there? There's a lot of cool different types of coasters that Vekoma makes. Multi-launches, family boomerang coasters, the tilt coasters. I would not surprise me if this is a Vekoma ride, and I would be totally okay with that, because Vekoma is awesome. They have some really cool rides out right now. But if it's not, I think a B&M wing coaster makes a ton of sense for Hersheypark. A wing coaster, whether it's a launched one or a lift hill one, and since it's going to be located right next to Candymonium, I would prefer this to be a launched wing coaster, only because I think 2 lift hills right next to each other would look kind of weird. Just imagine Candymonium's like 210 feet, whatever it is. Then this, gatekeeper-ish style wing coaster is 170 feet tall, running parallel next to Candymonium. I think that looked kind of odd on the skyline. However, with that being said, a launched wing coaster, something like Raptira or Thunderbird, would do so many great things for Hersheypark, because the park could benefit from a smooth coaster that the people leader, high capacity from B&M that flips riders upside down. Because currently they have Great Bear and Candymonium, the only B&Ms in the park. Fahrenheit flips you upside down 6 times. That's an Intamin coaster. And then of course Wicked Cyclone flips you upside down 3 times. Storm Runner 3 times. Then you have the Vekoma Boomerang coaster. And the SooperDooperLooper as well. I can't hate on, I love that ride. But anyways, a wing coaster would just really kind of mix in so well, in my opinion, for Hersheypark. And these rides are so popular among the GP. And if Dorney Park didn't get Iron Menace, I would have definitely said a dive coaster. I just think that makes so much sense for Hersheypark. But obviously Dorney Park beat him to it, which is kudos to Hershey. But a B&M wing coaster, having 3 to 4 inversions, maybe a record breaking, would do really well for Hersheypark. But if it's not that, here's kind of a intriguing idea. What if Hersheypark calls up Intamin again and works with Intamin? I mean, after all, you have SkyRush, Storm Runner, and Fahrenheit, all major Intamin coasters. And I don't think it'll be a multi-launch Intamin coaster, because I don't think Hersheypark could benefit as much from that as to a brand new Intamin hot rod single rail coaster. Now, Intamin has really made this hot rod racer model one of their best ones, in my opinion. I really like what Intamin has done with the 2 that are opened up already. So if Hersheypark would build something like this, it would be so unique, because it would be launching in the single rail coaster. They can market that as Pennsylvania's only single rail coaster. That right there alone is a lot. That adds a lot of value to Hersheypark and the marketing department. And not only that, but these rides don't cost a ton of money. This ride, like this, would cost a lot less than, let's say, a ginormous Vekoma family coaster like Big Bear Mountain. But nonetheless, I think the Intamin Hot Rod Racer, that's my personal favorite. I think that would be really cool for Hersheypark. The capacity would be a major concern with it, but right now all the leading rumors are for the Vekoma family coaster, and I think that's a really solid fit. Personally, if I was in charge of the park, I probably wouldn't go that direction. But with that being said, let's say if it is, let's say if Hersheypark does build something similar to Big Bear Mountain, where does that rank it? Because right now I have Cedar Point, Magic Mountain, Hersheypark, then Kings Island. Would this lineup be better than Magic Mountain? I mean, if Magic Mountain wasn't building their own family of Vekoma, what's it called, suspended, inverted, flying, whatever the hell it's called, coaster for 2026, and they weren't getting any ride for that matter in 2026, I think Hersheypark might slip above them, just because of the variety of coasters. Everything at Hersheypark besides like the smaller rides are not clones, which is huge. That's very important. Magic Mountain offers a ton of clone coasters. So I really feel like Hersheypark would become the second best coaster lineup if Magic Mountain wasn't getting their family coaster. Now, since they are, I don't think this ride would make Hersheypark move up, but what intrigues me even more is Hersheypark opened up Wildcat in 2023, then this in 2026. So would the next coaster come in 2029, 2030? And if it is a family coaster in 2026, then I think the major coaster comes in 2029, 2030. Could it be a wing, a hot racer, or something else from Vekoma, a B&M Giga? I mean, there's so many cool things that Hersheypark could do. And again, this is a destinational park, and they definitely spend the money on Hersheypark. So I'm extremely excited for the future. With that being said, what are your thoughts on Hersheypark's future and this rumor about this new family coaster? You know what to do. Let me know in the comments. And if you ever want to go to Hersheypark, then you want to watch how I rank the coasters at Hersheypark from worst to best in the video at the bottom of your screen. This is Theme Park Brandon. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and of course, keep riding coasters.